So one of the things I would also do, it's important to have aligned values. Right? Aligned values in the sense that even if someone is not an entrepreneur and a risk taker outright like I am, there has to be an understanding of what building a legacy is and what it takes to build a legacy. Anything that's going far requires you to make more preparation for it because it's going far. If you are driving to Cape Town now, you're going to check your car. You're going to have money for toll gate. You're going to make sure your car is serviced. You're going to make sure you've got petrol. You're going to make sure your car can get there. But if you're going around the corner to Johannesburg, you don't even check your tires to see if they're fine. Why? You are not going far. So if I know that I'm going far in my journey in business and entrepreneurship, I know the level of sacrifice that I need to put in.
Wow.
In the built environment where I am. If a guy is building a single story, he doesn't have to go down much in terms of his foundation. But a guy who's building a big story building, a high story building, goes far in terms of his foundational preparation.
It's deep.
So it's important for one to understand what it takes to build things that are going to go high and what it takes to build things that are going to go far. So I know that I want to go far and have a certain level of influence, not only in the country, but internationally. So I need to be able to be with someone who understands what it takes to build that kind of thing.
Wow.
So what
that
about
tomorrow-
what about those who are already, maybe at the beginning the vision of starting business was not there,
Yeah.
but now that I am married
Yes.
and I see that now I can start a business.
Yeah.
So those are different conversations that have to be, put in the table so that we can discuss, and sometimes become very difficult.
As a businessman, you must be a salesman.
Oh,
You must constantly be selling. You must sell your ideas, you must sell your business, you must sell your products, you must sell the vision to your wife. It's your responsibility to make sure the vision is constantly sold and sold to her successfully so that she can know what she's supporting. You cannot just expect her to support something she doesn't understand.
Yes, that's true.
You understand? So you know this vision more than anybody else because it's your journey, it's your business. But she's there thinking, how do I support Gerald? But I don't know what Gerald is doing.
Yeah.
She wants to, but she doesn't know. But if you sit down with her and say, this is the family vision.
Yeah.
This is what we are achieving. This is where the business is going. This is where eventually I want it to be. The vision might evolve. It might get better after reaching a certain state. Like, for instance, if you're a businessman and you're saying, I want to make $1 million, right? After making $1 million, probabilities that I want to make 10. The vision restructures and changes now. When you make 10, you're like, why can't we make 100? After 100, the probability is like, let's make $1 billion. So the vision will constantly be changing. And at each point of your growth and transformation, you've got to explain.
Yes.
You've got to sell. You sell your team so that they can get the vision. But behind the scenes at home, you're also selling the vision of what we are becoming as a family.
yeah.
What does this new man look like? And I think in my first marriage, I failed dismally to explain the new man that I am. That I'm no longer that guy who's just trying.
Wow.
Now I'm that guy who's an author. We'll be sitting at the restaurant. People are going to come greet me. How are you going to feel
Yeah.
as my wife when women come and greet me and say, oh, wow, you changed my life. You did very well. I failed to explain that.
Sure.
But it's because I didn't understand what I had. Now it's a bit different. I understand. I know I could be on a date and 4 people, 5 people are going to come greet me. And the lady will probably think, hey, this guy is a womanizer, man. Why are so many women greeting him?
See why we lock the doors so we can podcast in peace.
So now that I understand, I need to tell the person that I'm with the dynamics of what it means to be with me.
Wow.
Because sometimes I'm in my thoughts, ne? And I'm in a different province, and sometimes I'm even in a different country, and you come find a guy coming or a lady coming, are you witness Mtak? And I'm like, oh yes, I am that guy, right? But now I'm aware of the dynamics. I'm aware that at any point someone could greet. I was at Menlyn Mall yesterday for a few meetings, and I was just on the phone in my thoughts, and a guy just stops me, and I'm like, in my mind, how did he even spot me? Because my head is down and I'm busy. But those are the dynamics, and some women might not like that.
Yeah.
And perhaps what I should have done in my previous marriage is sit my now ex-wife down and say, these are the dynamics of what's going on now. I'm becoming popular. People might stop us, want to talk to us. Do you like it? No, I don't like it. How do we deal with you not liking it? How can I make it better for you?
Wow.
Maybe perhaps when I'm with you, I can say to people, listen, I'm not being rude, but I'm with my family right now.
That's very true, because even like I'm a pastor, and those are some of the things that we also deal with. Like we have the saying to say, just because you're a pastor doesn't mean your wife is.
Sure.
Right? She doesn't have your calling. She doesn't have your covering. She doesn't have your vision.
Yeah.
She cannot handle the same pressure as you can, because she's not there. Yes, you are one. You are married. You're serving together, but she's not the pastor of the church. And sometimes there can be this expectation, no, because you are successful or you are a certain person, automatically your wife is seen in the same light. And that can be a lot of undue pressure on somebody that doesn't like that. Like my wife doesn't like to be in the front, even though she sings in church and those things, but she's not somebody that likes recognition or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
She wants to, she's happy to serve and love in the behind the scenes, and she's very good with that. She's excellent with people, but she has no desire to be in front of people.
Yeah.
You know, and I can imagine in your situation how that can play a massive role when there's that sudden change, and how people are even starting to put that same pressure on your wife to be like you.
Yes, and for me, I think that's why I say, and thank you for that great explanation, to say, to this day, I knew she doesn't like being popular.
Wow.
To this day, I know she doesn't like being in the forefront. She doesn't like being seen. Sometimes she didn't even like when people know she's a doctor. She just wanted to be a normal person, right? Whereas my life, on the other hand, was abnormal. and the abnormality.
Hey guys, we're here at the restaurant. So my wife.
And the abnormality came later on in the marriage. In the first 5-6 years, we were fine. Nobody knew me. It was okay. I didn't write the book. I was just doing business. We were doing well. We drove nice cars. We lived in nice houses. Nobody knew those things. But now, here comes this guy. Now everybody must know